Yo, what up? It's Mychonny, and this is Draw My Life. So January 18th marked the birth of a god, a new baby No, not really. I was actually a fat, ugly baby. Apparently my mum loved eating KFC when she was pregnant, so that's probably why I'm fat now. Thanks a lot, mum. My mum was gonna name me Joan, like Joan of Arc, but the nurse said that was a woman's name. I'm a boy, mum. I also found out my dad was watching soccer during my birth. At home! Thanks a lot, Dad. My dad is the definition of an Asian father. I barely saw him as a child because he was always working. He was a loud and angry man. One time there was a tarantula in my room, and my dad, he squished it with his bare hands. Spider Dad. Another time there was a mouse in the house, and my dad, he kicked it in the face, grabbed it by the tail, and then threw it over the neighbor's house. There was also a possum living in our ceiling, but my dad took care of that too. I remember eating some weird dinner that I wish I was half as brave as my dad. My mum is a strict but loving mother. Every second of the day I had to study. I remember I had to watch hours of a show called Learn Your Timetables. My god. But she only did it because she cared. Always worrying about me and my future. I have the best mum in the world. Oh, I've also got a sister. She's 4 years older than me, and because of the age gap, we never had a really close relationship. But I still love her. Don't tell her I said that though. I don't remember much of my childhood. I do remember I almost drowned, a closet fell on me, and I stopped playing in the living room when the stereo turned on by itself. I also remember trying to eat really fast like my dad does, but I got a bone lodged in my throat, and I had to go to the hospital. It's all really faint though. During primary school, I was alright. I had a lot of friends, and I was a bit of a bully. I met this new kid in school and I stole his popcorn, and he retaliated by fly kicking me in the face. The next day, we became best friends. I wish life was simple like those days. I had a massive crush on this girl too, but I never had the guts to say anything. I always choked when I walked up to her. And in the end, my best friend went out with her, and I was devastated. I went home and I fly kicked my wall, but the thing was my leg got stuck in it, and my dad whipped me like I was Jesus from Passion of the Christ. My best friend and I were forced to go to different high schools. He was the first and only best friend I would ever have. I went to a Catholic high school and I'm Buddhist. Thanks, Mum and Dad. I was a typical Asian nerd who liked to read books. One time I was reading a book and a guy threw an orange at me. Pretty funny. I managed to make new friends in high school through antics in class, and that's when we created the Lame-O McLame Gang. We weren't very popular. We used to play Lord of the Rings in the Oval, and we created a heavy rock metal band, and we were the guys that said silly stuff to girls. Very embarrassing. Oh, I also had my first girlfriend in high school. She was white too, so my parents were like, wow! But it didn't really work out, and I broke up with her on MSN. But I was 15, so oh my god. The later years of high school, all I did was be a big asshole. And one day, a giant crow took a giant shit on my head, and everyone was laughing at me. And that's when I learnt about karma. And I had to change my act a little. So I stopped being an ass, and I started being a cool guy making videos instead. Videos were pretty cool. I started to get friends and new fans and all that. It was beautiful. But then it started to turn a bit sour, and I didn't really like it that much. I started to stay home more because when I went outside, I got paranoid of people noticing me and seeing me, so I cut my hair, but that didn't really help too. A lot of people started to harass me on the streets, saying, "Oh, you think you're better than me," but I didn't really pay attention. I felt like I had no more personal space and I was suffocating a bit, and I didn't know if I made the right decision with YouTube. So that's why I always took breaks off it, on and off, and I guess I finally realized that YouTube, it's a good thing for me, and I'm grateful for it because I got my fans and all my family supporting me, so I thank you for that. I love you! I'm not good with last words.